Welcome back. We are going to start this replay from the very beginning because I did fuck it up. I did record it and the entire screen was black and you could hear no sound. But now we're back and I'm starting a new series called Replay Analysis, Pro Replay Analysis, where I use my experience in the past 4 years to look at pro gameplay and analyze that for you to make it easier for you to play the game. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So we've got the notebook, we've got a pen, got some water. Most important things, even more water, right here. Most important things when it comes to replay analysis. Now, keep in mind this was season 7, but since this is my first gameplay analysis, I'm going to take it slow, take it easy, and do a very simple game now. The mechanics weren't as advanced as they are now, but they're still quite advanced today. Let's start off by looking at a play we didn't look in the last analysis that much, which is Squishy. Now, he's the one on kickoff. I've watched this over 3 times now, kind of to get the gist of it. But this kickoff was in season 7, so the speed flip wasn't around yet. And you notice that Kaydop and Squishy do the exact same kickoff at the exact same pacing. So if we go back and we look at Kaydop, this is such a coincidence that it's so synchronous that they do the exact same kickoff. So I'm going to show you Kaydop. He kind of hits the ground. He wins the kickoff because he hits it. Squishy hits it straight. Well, Kaydop hits it a bit to the side. But that goes in favor of Cloud9 anyway because that's a pass to Torment. And Torment decides to ditch it off to Gimmick. And Gimmick, we're about to see what he's going to do. He hits that out and double commits with the Fairy Peak. Now, I did this quite a bit in the last game. I looked at all the double commits and the flaws between both teams. Now, Fairy Peak, Kaydop should not have gone for this. He thought he should have. He shouldn't have. He might have been closer, but Fairy Peak in the end. Now, Kaydop, as you see, went for boost and third. Now, what does Fairy Peak think is doing? Kaydop is behind Fairy Peak, but he's rotating in on the screen. So he's made the boost pad. He's rotating there. Now, Fairy Peak thinks he's going behind him, but he's actually cutting him off. So it's his right to go for the play either way, because he doesn't even see Kaydop, and that's probably a communication error in comms anyway. So he goes for this, and he's expecting Kaydop to follow up, not to go with him. But that doesn't go in their favor. Anyway, the game goes on. He steals the boost from Gimmick here. He redeems himself when missing. See, if you notice, he missed the ball, so instead he bumped Squishy because he saw Killa was in that position. Now let's go to Scrub or Kaydop. Kaydop's fine. Now this is a beautiful passing play here from Fairy Peak, giving time for Kaydop to pass that off, do whatever. Now Fairy Peak did free jump him here. That was in comms as well, most likely. Kaydop just banged this in front. Now let's look at Torment and how he catches this. Now, so it's a bang and it hits the hood of his car. Not expecting that. If he'd hit the sort of the hood, sort of the engine at the top, that would have gone way better. Now I like to look at this play here from Fairy. Fairy, not really good. Tries to go for the back post, but that would have been saved anyway. It's the only shot he could have placed it. It was just a bit pressure. Kaydop has proof it's there anyway. It's fine. The play goes on. We move on. They double commit again here because Scrub hits it and he bumps Kaydop out of the way. Now Kaydop manages to recover and save the shot. Just quite impressive to me. Because he just got bumped out of the way. Lands on the wall here. Doesn't need a wave dash. Slow and steady, doesn't panic. goes down and saves it. Then he wave dashes to recover. Great pick puts this out. Doesn't go for boost, that's good. Rotates back with the play. He's kind of moving along with the play here. Let's look at a player like Gimmick, who we looked at all last game, but not any of this game. Now he tries to do a speed flip there, or like a, I don't know, he had no boost. He tries to go here, but he sees Scrub, and he knew he's going to get dunked here. He kind of gets a really awkward, he flip cancels a shot into the corner, which does not go in any favor, because that results in Sushi doing a booming clear. Now it's good for Gimmick to turn back here, and stop that pass down to Kaydop. Now if you look at Kaydop's perspective, after this goes up, and even the slightest touch could have, you know, caused a bad play to come out from Cloud9 going from the concede. Now this was a sweep from Vitality anyway. Now let's go to or Squishy. I haven't looked at him at all this game. So ball goes out. He misses this. He doesn't expect Gimmick to get that bad of a clear out because he was waiting there. This, on the other hand, was really good positioning from Squishy. Actually, I'm just gonna pause it. Okay. Now, Scrub dishes this off to Fairy Peak. So Squishy sees this ditch off from Scrub Killa, and he sees Fairy Peak there for the shot. Now, Fairy Peak sees both players on the goal line, Torment and Gimmick. So there's Fairy Peak. He sees Torment mainly. Except bang that top corner, top right corner, where Squishy makes a save because he's in position for that. This is really well played from him, and this is it's an okay chance for Squishy. That was very unlucky for Torment because this goes completely in favor of Cloud9 after that Squishy save. He kind of tries to get that, it goes posting out. Fairy Peak's really awkward here. After the demo comes out, it was supposed to be Kaydop who was supposed to take the shot. I wouldn't have done that flip. He should have waited and just immediately shot, but he kind of panicked there because he thought Fairy Peak would get there before him, which he didn't. But that's completely fine because the play moves on. But this time, Vitality. Now this is a sweet passing play here from Vitality. It doesn't end up working out because the Cloud9 defense is positioned almost perfectly. Hits this out, Kaydop bangs that, and Gimmick gets a clear out. Now Fairy Peak here, Torment hits that out, and Squishy gets a save. Oh. Now, this goes off over top of Kaydop's head, leaves it for Scrub here, which is good because Scrub can get that clear. If he had gone up with the wall, that would have been a double commit, first of all. Second of all, Scrub was already facing there. He would have been behind his back, and back then they couldn't generate enough power from just flipping like that, from flipping off the wall. It could generate some power, but not as much as Scrub would here. Now he gets demoed here, and Kaydop decides to go for a solo play here, but doesn't end up getting a good touch at all. Torment, on the other hand, is taking this up, trying to go slow, and trying to get Gimmick to retrieve the ball, but doesn't happen. She goes for the shot, an insane save here from Fairy Peak. Unbelievable. He sees he's going for the shot here. Unbelievable his positioning itself. Now, Gimmick gets faked out by Scrub here. And Scrub goes over, hits it, play goes on. Kaydop's trying to hit this on the backboard for his teammate, but it was too slow. Squishy goes up. Now this is dangerous, but he doesn't get the flip reset. Or does he? No, he decides not to go for it because that would have been too risky. Like, he had to have gone that flip reset. Yeah, he got it. He tried putting it behind him, but he couldn't. Now, the reason, I was saying this last game too, Squishy was a very dangerous player back then. He was one of the best of the best. Luckily, he wasted boost going up for the solo play. He didn't have any here. If he had had any, he wouldn't have wave dash. He knew he had 13, so he decided to go for the put behind. But he probably could have waited a little bit, waited for the up reset, air rolled here, shot that, and if he had enough boost, followed that onto the backboard, gotten a play that probably would have been a goal. It was very dangerous. Maybe could have even air dribbled it and not even needed that flip. But he has to do this because he has 0 boost. There's nothing he can do about it. Gimmick puts it high, Fairy makes it clear, and that goes out across. Now, Fairy booms it. I was looking at Scrub here for the last camp. Scrub. Scrub sees Fairy Peak go back. Now that was my mistake. I thought he was committing with Fairy Peak. Now he dunks Gimmick here, but this is something very important. Scrub kind of had a feeling that he would, lose this possession play with Gimmick. Basically, the ball is very hard to catch when it has a lot of force. The only way you can catch a ball with a lot of force is, let's say, over 50 kph coming towards you, is by hitting it with your wheels, landing, and recovering. So it would be a very light touch. I'm gonna draw this, guys. Draw this up for you guys. A very light touch. Let's say the ball is here. This Gimmick's car. Actually, not this bad. So he'd do this. He'd backflip. So right here, he'd touch it with his wheels like that, and then he'd come around, backflip, kind of like that, and he'd be in the front of his car. That would give him control. Now he couldn't do that because literally Killa banged that against him, and he had no control over that, which puts Gimmick in a very tough situation. Primarily because okay. So hard to control. So Scrub hits it against him, and this first touch from Gimmick is obviously going to be bad. Now he does end up mistouching here a little bit, but he would have gone anyway. Fair Peak had dunked him already. So there's 1 minute on the clock. Each team wants to score. They want to get a piece, just a regular play. This was very excellent from Torment, but I believe very purposely for Gimmick, because he saw that Squishy was enough, and if he had boomed it, he would have given it to Scrub. Scrub. So he hits it into Torment, which hopefully gets it down to Squishy again. And Kaydop makes it clear. This is very well handled from Kaydop, but the control from Scrub wasn't there. An okay save, a double commit on the goal line. Now there was a lot of double commits in Season 7. It was the last LAN we had. No, 8 was. Never mind. Anyway, Scrub hits us forward. Kaydop's there, but Squishy, again, one of the most mechanical players since his time, you couldn't beat him. And keep in mind, Kaydop was just a 2-time world champion at the time. After Season 8, he peaked. So, and he was still very much respected. Now, Torment was just panicky on the goal line, so he had to get that. Gimmick would probably have to get better clear, but no. Now, what I like about what Scrub does here, he decides to go for a solo play, but he sees Squishy up is already up, so he just tries to, air roll his car backwards so that play just goes in favor of Fairy Peak, and the balls are almost at 0 seconds. That was hopefully the Fairy Peak. You could make something, give something to Kaydop. They didn't want to throw it here, so they tried, but it just hit the ground, and that was the favorite one. Now, Kaydop is the one who makes the play, the scoring opportunity. Scrub hits that up into the corner, which puts pressure. Now that's the end of the play. That was the end of the first play. Now, Torment is awkward here. I was on Kaydop's cam when I first analyzed this. Torment is quite awkward. because he's facing backwards. He doesn't have much boost. He doesn't know where the net is, first of all. He doesn't know where he's defending. Squishy's rotating backwards right now. He went up for the challenge. This challenge was not very well taken, because he went back. This is the play. Scrub gets a really good 50 out. Squishy's completely out of the play. He's going to land down. The ball's going to be already in the net. Torment's on the wall here. Gimmick, we actually didn't see him. He's in okay rotation, but before he even looks at Kaydop's up. Kaydop's up, he scored that. And that was the end of the game. If you look at fair play scam, he gets a really well taken dunk on Torment here. Torment was the one who should have cleared this, but he kind of gets a good dunk on him. Kaydop's up. Squishy wasn't even recovered at the time. He wasn't even like... He had just landed from the ceiling. Gimmick backed up into the net there, which was... See? Just landed. Gimmick backed up here, because he thought that Torment would get that, and he would be able to follow it up, but he couldn't. And that, my friends, is the first replay analysis from the Pro Replay Analysis series I've done. I hope you enjoyed it. There's still a lot to cover. I'll be doing this every once in a while. Clearly, I can record it, so I'm happy with that I can finally record something. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and share this with anyone who you feel needs some advice in some replay analysis. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Peace.